Hey, what's up, everybody? Hi, Tracy. Hi, Alabama, y'all. How's everybody doing tonight? I wasn't planning on going live tonight, but there's been some stuff happening with the Tati Westbrook case. And I wanted to react to Katie Joy's video that she posted earlier. I'm good, Alabama, y'all. How are you? Hi. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but I'm guessing it's idiot and then something else. Hi, how are you? Hey, wishing to be famous. Hi, Avizi. Laura, hey. Hey, hey. How are you guys? Good. I'm glad you're good, Alabama, y'all. Good deal. Hi, Maximum Effort. Hi, Witchy Winnie. How's everybody? Tracy says, I tried to get in earlier, but it wouldn't let me comment. It might be because it was like the stream hadn't started or something. I don't know. Hi, Lovely Links. Hi, Alyssa. Hi, Eileen. Hi, Laugh Through Life. How are you? How are you? So before we get started, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and we are going to be reacting to Katie's video that she posted earlier. She apparently they dismissed the lawsuit, but it was based on jurisdiction. So basically Tati can refile, I think in Minnesota, if she wants to move forward with the lawsuit. Thank you, Tracy. I appreciate that. So, Katie posted a video earlier. I haven't even watched it, but I'm assuming she's going to be all happy in this video, but we'll just see what she says. So let me add this to the stream. And I'm going to play the sound really fast to make sure y'all can hear it. Laugh Through Life says, I refuse to give her a view. Good. Yeah, y'all can watch it with me. The judge, Brown, and Katie are all the same type. The judge should be sanctioned for her laziness and incompetence. See, I haven't been really following like what's going on with all the like there were so many filings happening. It was like really confusing me. And I'm like so bad when it comes to legal documents and following like what all they mean. And there was just like a lot of back and forth going on. That's kind of why I stopped covering it for the time being, because it was just getting to be a lot. So I'm actually kind of shocked that they did dismiss it based on jurisdiction, because it seemed like Tati's side had a lot of evidence to show that, you know, there are subscribers in Seattle and that sort of thing. So let me play this video really fast to make sure you guys can hear it.
Hi guys. I've not been live on this channel for a hot minute. I have been...
Can you guys hear the audio? Pretty sure I shared it. Alabama y'all says, KJ thinks she won. She hasn't. Tati will file again. I guarantee Tati's going to file again. I agree. Yes, everybody can hear her. Okay, cool. All right, well, let's get started because this video is about 40 minutes long. I think I'm going to speed it up as long as it doesn't. When I sped it up the other night, it was like freezing really bad. So we'll see if it freezes on you guys. If it does, then I'll slow it back down. So if the video starts freezing or anything like that, just let me know, because like on my end, it looks like it plays fine. And I didn't I didn't notice it until I watched some of my playback on Friday's live. Oh, she didn't take any discovery? Oh. Well, that's weird. I guess I need to read up on what's going on. That's crazy. Paula says she bought the original lame-ass motion to dismiss that didn't even obey the local court. Someone should investigate. If the judge wasn't brought. Yeah, that's weird. That's really weird. Really weird. Okay. Let's get started.
Very busy doing all kinds of content related to my normal, regularly scheduled stuff. And I was actually in the middle of a video for my new video about the Duggars, and I got a call from legal people that something that has been in my life for several months has been decided upon and has been dismissed. So I'm not here to really address any comments or questions. I'm just going to share with you what happened in the court, as well as just say that I'm pleased with the court's decision. So
I'm sure she is pleased with the court's decision, but I don't know why she's getting all happy about this, because Tati can literally just refile in a different state. And I guess that's like a strategy they were using. And different states have different ways they do things. So maybe it's just a strategy, but who knows?
In October of 2020, Tati Westbrook and James Westbrook filed a lawsuit against me in Washington State with a variety of claims, which we did not respond to. Instead, we requested a dismissal due to lack of jurisdiction because they decided to sue me in Washington. So there has been a lot of media and interest in.
But she did submit like a bunch of evidence, like basically like twisting the blame on Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson. Like, if you're not suing them, then you can't sue me. That was in the whole thing with the jurisdiction, which was really weird. I thought that was really weird.
In this, over the course of several months, there's been a lot of channels that have covered this and people confident that my dismissal would not be granted. I have been relatively quiet and not responding to so much that's been said. There has been consistent uploads on nearly every aspect of this case. And it's been hard to be quiet, especially when people are saying a lot of things about you that may or may not be true. But I knew and I had full confidence in.
She hasn't been quiet this whole time. She's like talked on so much when she should have been quiet, but whatever.
And what my attorney had requested with the court, we were confident that it would be dismissed because we felt we had a very compelling argument. And we also believed that based on that argument, the judge would rule in our favor. There was a lot that happened online that was really felt very overwhelming to me at times. Having so many eyes on me was extremely taxing, and I had a lot of anxiety, but I just stayed steadfast in my confidence in my attorney, knowing that my attorney was very experienced with cases like this, as well as managing jurisdictional issues. So I was trying very hard to really just ignore all of this outside stuff, as hard as that was. And there were days that it was harder than others. So
her attorney just doesn't seem, he seems really shady. Like, I haven't seen, like I said, I haven't seen some of the filings since, I think is when Lori, the last filing I really read was when Lori Ann was on, like, doing a declaration on Tati's side. But her attorney just, he doesn't seem that experienced. I don't know. Her attorney just seemed really strange to me.
Thing that was really hard for me during this time where there were so many just online opinions and personal attacks at my attorney that I felt like I wanted to scream and yell and like defend him. And I just want to say that I just want to say thank you to my attorney, Michael Brown. He has been amazing, and I am so grateful for his skilled, just tenacious, methodical approach to this. I know it confused a lot of people. I know people were expecting a different request for dismissal, but we believed that this was the right choice based on what we were looking at and so forth. So a lot of people have said a lot of different things about him. And I just want to say that he's a wonderful attorney. I am so grateful for his guidance, and I am just incredibly happy with this result today. And I just want to show you what the court said. And I really just want to temper people, because this is not to direct hate at anyone. This is not to send hate to any channels that covered me or to even send hate to the other parties involved in this lawsuit. This is just me because I can actually speak now. And
I mean, like if it were me, like I would make sure before, like I would wait a little bit to speak on this because Tati can just like refile this tomorrow. Like I would not go live the same day that they got this warning. Like they got the, what do you call them? The ruling from the judge. I just think that's stupid on her part. But I mean, it's Katie we're talking about here, so it's not really a surprise that she went live at the minute that this dropped.
Again, thank you to my attorney for his incredible work on my case. So here is the request. Now, we did request a dismissal based on personal jurisdiction because I, just based on where all of us were living and all the different legalities surrounding this, they had opted to sue me in the state of Washington, which we felt was not the appropriate place. So this is what it says. The matter comes before the court on a motion to dismiss filed by defendant Katie Joy Paulson and without a crystal ball, and on a motion for sanctions also filed by the defendants. The motion to dismiss sets forth multiple grounds for dismissal, including lack of personal jurisdiction, lack of diversity jurisdiction, failure to join necessary parties, and failure to state a claim on which relief can be granted. The motion for sanctions seeks to award sanctions against the plaintiff's counsel, Michael Saltz, for alleged conduct related to declarations of Lori Barnhart. Plaintiffs Tatiana Westbrook, James Westbrook, and Halo Beauty Partners oppose both motions, having reviewed the parties' briefs in support of and oppositions to the motions, the relevant exhibits, case and law, and the remainder of the record. The court grants defendants' motion to dismiss for lack of personal jurisdiction and denies my motion for sanctions, and this is the reasoning for follows. So the sanctions denial was partially like disappointing for us, but I'll get to it in a second. But the denial does do it without the denial was without prejudice, meaning that we can eventually. It just means like it could be filed a second time. So here's the factual back.
I'm just really surprised in this. Like I'm really surprised that they dismissed this based on jurisdiction. But if they didn't allow, what do you call it, discovery, then that's not a surprise then either. This is just weird to me. It just seems like something weird's going on.
Background. It says, plaintiff Tatiana Westbrook is a self-described internet personality and celebrity influencer who critiques beauty products and posts those critiques on social media platforms.
Paula says, if I were Lori Ann, I would file a complaint against Brown and the judge. What happened? Did something happen with Lori Ann? If you can summarize it, I don't know if you can summarize it or what court document would like kind of tell me what happened with her. Because like I said, I haven't really read anything since the declaration of Lori Ann because it was getting way too confusing for me. And I haven't watched any videos on it either. But I mean, this is just weird that they dismissed this.
Including YouTube. I realize some people might want to be becoming members. Hold on one second. I'll get you my members link if you want to join the channel during this live stream. Just give me 1 second.
She's going to have people join the live stream. I can't believe she went live with this already. This is weird. This is just really weird. Brown exposed her emails and defamed her, trying to make her sound incompetent and mentally challenged. Wow. Wow. Are you serious? Oh my gosh. Her mental health emails were redacted for privacy, but Brown still added the info. Wow. That's messed up. That's really messed up. He sounds really shady. Like he just sounds very, very shady from what I've seen of the documents with him. And I watched a little bit of like I read a little bit of the transcript when they like had a phone hearing with the judge. I was going to read this comment. I was a paralegal for over 10 years and have a degree. KJ is the type of client the lawyer is never available for because she's such a pain. Yeah, she's like a lawyer's nightmare. I was saying that at the beginning of all this because she wouldn't be quiet at all. Like she just wouldn't stop. Thank you. I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. Azera. Sin, thank you so much for becoming a member. I appreciate that. Appreciate it a great deal.
Obviously, there's been a lot of hate directed towards me, so it's been really hard to have live chats. So if you wish to become a member and would like to join the chat, here is the link to become a member. Okay, so let me continue. So it's an internet personality, celebrity, and influencer who critiques beauty products and posts those critiques on social media platforms, including...
I mean, she could at least open up her chat to everyone just to see how it goes. I mean, she's basically doing members only on this, and people are going to pay just to give their opinions. I just think that's so shady. I get she doesn't want like a mass amount of hate, but at least try it out at the beginning of the stream. And if it gets out of control, then put members only on. It's just like a cash grab to me. Oh, no, you're fine, Azera. And I'm probably saying your name wrong. No, thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate it.
YouTube. She claims to have 9 million followers on YouTube. And the other plaintiff, Halo Beauty, is a Nevada limited liability company, a nutraceuticals company that produces products formulated to support hair, skin, and nail health. Ms. Westbrook founded and owns Halo with her husband, plaintiff James Westbrook. For purposes of this motion, the court takes as true the Westbrooks' claim that they were, at relevance time, domiciled in King County, Washington. And then there's a footnote down at the bottom which says both sides devoted substantial arguments on whether the...
Is she talking too fast for you guys, or can you understand everything? Because I can slow it down a little bit more if it's going too fast. I haven't even read these documents or anything either, so this is like all new to me. Let me know if she's too fast.
Westbrooks were at all relevant times domiciled in Washington. Even plaintiffs deny, however, the plaintiff's domicile is relevant to the inquiry of whether personal jurisdiction exists over defendants. And furthermore, the court is, as it must for purposes of this motion, takes plaintiffs' allegations concerning their domicile as true. So it says defendant Katie Paulson, and that was a really small part of our request for dismissal. Defendant Katie Paulson is a resident of Minnesota. Her company, Without a Crystal Ball, is from Minnesota as well. She's an internet blogger and blogger who makes product, produces and uploads drama or TV videos and internet postings on various based platforms, including but not limited to YouTube, Twitter, and defendants are estimated to have 100.
Too fast? Here, I'll slow it down just a little bit. All this she's talking about is just like a recap of who Tati is, who she is, like boring stuff.
35,000 followers. According to the complaint starting in 2019, she says that defendants uploaded YouTube and Twitter dozens of videos targeting the Westbrooks and Halo designed to ruin Miss Westbrook's good name and reputation. Now that's the allegations from their thing. It says these videos are presented as expose covering a range of subjects, including a public dispute between Miss Westbrook and her rival beauty influencer James Charles, the safety and efficiency of Halo vitamins, and the personal business history of the Westbrooks, including alleged legal disputes and business failures. A lawsuit filed in October 2020 in Los Angeles Superior Court by plaintiff's business partner Clark Swanson against Halo, a company affiliated with the plaintiffs. The plaintiffs claim that in these videos, the defendants have intentionally harassed and maligned the plaintiffs or otherwise maliciously portrayed them in a false light and sought to financially harm them. Defendants' video have been published to and are accessible to the general public and have been viewed by hundreds of thousands, if not millions of times. Okay, that's actually not true. None of my videos about her were viewed but millions of times, just so you know. Plaintiffs have sued defendants for defamation, intentional infliction of emotional distress.
I mean, if you put all the views together, yeah, I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is over 1 million views. I mean, she made what, like 40 videos on this? So if you put them all together, I'm sure it does accumulate to like around 1 million views or over that. I mean, she didn't have 1 million views on one video, no, but still.
And $5 million in damages. The defendants moved to dismiss the plaintiff's claims under this for lack of personal jurisdiction because the court grants defendants motion to dismiss on these grounds. It does not reach defendants' remaining challenges to the complaint. So because we requested a lot of different dismissals on other things, like not adding other people that Ms. Westbrook had accused of defaming her. She had made allegations of defamation in a video where she accused Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson of alleged defamation. And so they are basically saying that because they are ruling on the totality of everything, they don't need to rule on anything else. So that kind of stuff is like kind of irrelevant because the full picture was we wanted them to dismiss the whole motion, and that's the one they granted. So the other ones they don't have to decide on. So when a defendant moves to dismiss for lack of jurisdiction, the plaintiff bears the burden of demonstrating the jurisdiction is appropriate. All the plaintiff's uncontroverted allegations are taken as true, and factual disputes are to be resolved in plaintiff's favor. In absence of applicable law, jurisdiction is governed by the long-arm statute of states in which the courts sit. And they reference Glencore, Green, Rotterdam versus Sheenath, Rye, Haranon.
Witchy winning. Yeah. Why does she keep trying to insert herself into Dramageddon? Exactly. You know, the whole thing with breaking my silence, like, it's irrelevant to this lawsuit. Like, it's literally irrelevant. That's not how defamation works at all. At all. It's ridiculous that she keeps like trying to put the focus on Jeffrey and Shane. And Tati didn't even put anything out that shows proof of any defamation. She just pretty much, you know, screamed a bunch of allegations in breaking my silence. I mean, if you ask me, if anybody could sue her, it's Jeffrey and Shane, because she made some pretty heavy allegations in breaking my silence. And especially with everything going on with James Charles now.
Harry Rand, I'm sorry. Washington's long-arm statute extends personal jurisdiction to the broadest reach of federal due process. To comply with the requirements of due process, a plaintiff must demonstrate that the non-resident defendant has established minimum contacts in the forum state, that the exercise of personal jurisdiction comports with the traditional motions of fair play and substantial jurisdiction. And so to comply with the plaintiffs demonstrate that the non-resident defendants established minimum contact, so like making contact with the state, and then exercising personal jurisdiction comports with the traditional notions of fair play and substantial justice. So a court applies a 3-test to determine whether the non-resident defendant has the requisite quantum of minimum contacts. So it says, there's a footnote here at the bottom that says personal jurisdiction may be general or specific, helicopter, and it references some other things. But it says courts apply this 3-part thing, and the forum state for the exercise of specific jurisdiction to be appropriate. The defendant has purposely directed his activities towards the forum, meaning I directed them directly towards Washington. The plaintiff claims arise out of the forum related activities, and the exercise of jurisdiction is reasonable. And we argued that we did not have minimum contacts with them, and we denied that we were purposely directing our activities towards the state of Washington. So we acknowledged.
God, they had so much evidence, like showing that she had contacts in the state of Washington. I remember all of that. Like, I remember reading through those declarations. Like, this is crazy to me that they didn't. It's just crazy. Something just doesn't seem right with it at all. Hi, Chanel. How are you? I've been on for about 22 minutes, so not that long. You didn't really miss that much. She's just like basically reading the motion, and that's pretty much all she's done. And she's basically saying that, you know, she was confident in her lawyer, and her lawyer, you know, he's a good lawyer, and she's glad she hired him. And there's been a lot of things going on with him online, people saying stuff about him, that sort of thing. Yeah, it's just weird. It's just weird to me. I really didn't think that this was going to get thrown out because of the location. I mean, like I said, she can just refile. And I think Tati will refile. I don't think she came all this way to not refile. I guarantee within the next week, there will be a new filing on wherever it needs to be filed at. It sounds like it has to be filed in like Minnesota is what I'm hearing. BPE says this could be a full feature Netflix film. I know, because there's so much information with this whole thing. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy.
So basically, there's not a lot of stuff on file, which for these types of cases, because obviously the law takes a lot longer to catch up with. There's just not a lot of online cases like this that exist based on jurisdiction. So they have to rely on cases that are older, and the ones that they're relying on are fairly old. In fact, one is from 1984. So the courts have sought to strike a fair balance between the interests of defendants who have no intentional connection with the forum and plaintiffs who have nevertheless experienced harm, all while maintaining a principled approach to the concept. Even in the context of constantly and rapidly evolving technology, whether a defendant accused of intentional tort, such as defamation, for purposefully directed its activities.
Joe, yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's such a waste of money Tati must know she's burning cash for nothing in return. I hope she does refile, but the money involved is extraordinary. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, because it's like they were filing so much stuff. I can't even imagine how much money has went into this lawsuit so far, because the amount of paperwork is crazy. And just from my experience with attorneys, because I mean, mine is like for family law, but it costs so much to put one legal document together. So I can't even imagine how much she has spent on this. And like with Katie, I mean, the same with her. She had to spend quite a bit of money, or I know she was typing stuff up on her own too, but she still had to spend quite a bit of money on this. This isn't cheap to do. And the end result of this, whether or not Tati refiles it somewhere else, even if Tati wins, she's not going to get the amount of money that she put into this lawsuit. I think it's just basically principle with her. That's what it seems like to me, because when you sue somebody that doesn't have the funds, you're never going to get that money. It's just like throwing money out the window. But I get why it bothered Tati and James so much, because of the amount of lies that Katie put online about them, especially the stuff about his mom. I mean, insinuating that he took his mom off of life support just to get inheritance, that's pretty extreme. That's pretty extreme. So, I don't know. It's just crazy. But yeah, it's about principle with Tati. I don't think this just isn't about money at all.
Towards the forums.
And the thing with Katie is she can't ever admit she's wrong. So if it does get refiled and it keeps going through, I just don't see them ever reaching like a settlement. I see Katie going through with it till the end, whether or not it's going to affect her financially. Like if she could be going broke and she still wouldn't admit that she did wrong. She's just really hard-headed like that. Like she doesn't think she did anything wrong at all. At all. She went too far. She literally just went way too far. Hi, Jamal. Hey, everybody coming in.
Sufficient to establish jurisdiction. So the original thing was a movie actress that brought a libel suit against the state of California, against a reporter and an editor in the National Enquirer, and it sold like 600,000 copies. So it says that that defendant that reached out directly by telephone sources to California, that article concerned the California activities of the residents, and they sold copies in the state. So basically they were doing things within the state of California. And that the contents of the article were alleged to have caused an injury to them. So it says, since that case, the courts have weighed similar factors connecting a defendant with the forum. So like I'd have, making contact with the state, selling products in the state, doing direct things with the state. So let me get you to the, it says that they've struggled with questions whether conduct on a nationally accessible website is expressly aimed at any or all of the forums in which the website can be viewed. It has declined to exercise jurisdiction, however, even where almost 20% of the defendant's total express circulation was located.
Did you know that some aluminum-free deodorants only mask odor? Secret aluminum-free helps eliminate odor.
In the forum where plaintiff did not establish express aim, basically meaning like what percentage of your audience are you engaging with in a specific state. So after the
Tina, she doesn't even explain it right. All this stuff is like over my head. Like seriously, it's like all over my head. I mean, I know they refer to other cases to kind of prove a point in court and that sort of thing. And I get what she's talking about right now. I don't really understand why she's reading through all of this. I mean, basically, they dismissed it. They dismissed it. Just that's all you have to say. They dismissed it. It can be refiled. And that's pretty much it. And they denied what do you call it? The other thing that she was requesting.
Examining the defendant's connections, let's get to what you guys care about. It says, after examining the defendant's connections to the state of Washington, the court concludes that the defendant's contacts in the case are kind of random.
Yeah, Tina, she wants to be Emily. Yeah, I think she's very, very jealous of Emily. Like this whole thing, ever since it started, she's had this really strong hate for Emily, like big time. And the thing about it is, what's funny is that Emily was live earlier reading these documents. She had over 7,000 people watching her read these documents. And Katie, I bet she didn't even break 1,000 when she went live. And I think that's a major problem for Katie. Like, she doesn't like it when other YouTubers are successful on this platform. She just doesn't. And I think, given the fact that Emily is covering her case and that is what has made her grow so much, I think it drives Katie crazy. I just can't, I don't think she can stand it at all. And she was like so like ready to go in on Tati when that business partner suit came out, and all of this put a halt to it. So I have no doubt that she probably is really pissed at Emily just because her channel has skyrocketed off of all of this. And I think Katie thought that her channel was going to skyrocket when she got the exclusive with the Clark Swanson lawsuit. She got so mad at Emily when she read those documents that Salty gave her for like it was just like a document that was prepared for litigation. She got so angry that Emily got the scoop on that. And I think it has a lot to do with jealousy. Thank you, Dite. I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right, Dite. Thank you. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Fortuitous and attenuated contacts with the forum state that Walden cautioned courts against relying on. Plaintiffs allege that the defendants searched through and relied upon Washington sources for their information. The evidence demonstrates, however, that the Paulson conducted several different searches using general internet search engines looking all over the place and everywhere. And that's like they quoted, Sephora arrived at my house and I'll answer questions too. Paulson did a regular, very basic background check and also noted you can actually go state to state and try to pull up stuff as well. Plaintiffs argued that Paulson must have used Washington-specific websites in their research, a reasonable inference from the content of her videos. However, it is also clear she likely used state-specific websites from multiple other states as well. Citing a June 29 video, you don't know, blah, 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 stating that all the information came from court records from Hawaii, California, North Carolina, Washington, and Georgia. All of this is public record. Unlike in Calder, there is no allegation that the defendants reached out directly or indirectly to any residents of Washington for information for the videos, and the plaintiffs claim that the defendant relied on Washington sources is significantly overstated. So basically, they're saying that I did not use, they allege that I was using Washington sources, and the court says that they're overinflating that and that I didn't because I didn't contact anyone in the state. I didn't make contact with any specific state people to make my videos about them. And because of that,
I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. Like, she did like deep research on Tati and James. There's no way she didn't access stuff in Washington. And there's no way she didn't contact anybody in the state of Washington. That's where Tati was born. I don't believe that for a second. That's just weird to me. Because, I mean, she openly admits in that video that she did search in Washington. I know she, like, did the argument that she was using, like, neutral, like, websites, like Truth Finder and stuff like that. I just can't believe they dismissed this based on jurisdiction. It's weird.
I wasn't targeting Washington in that respect. They say that, which focused on Jones' activities in the forum, defendants' videos did not refer to any substantive way to activities conducted in Washington. The plaintiffs proffered examples of defendants' references to Washington are brief, isolated, and incidental. So because I said that she grew up in Washington and her mother was her talent agent, that her family moved a lot, other than a brief reference also makes to her small tax warrant in 2003 in Washington, lasting mere seconds of the hours of videos at issue, the court was unable to identify any explicit references to Washington that might arguably impugn the WESTBROOK'S reputation. So they're basically saying that I, in my videos, didn't even really cite or discuss Washington. And so
she was digging up their birth certificates, like even like Tati's parents and her sisters. What the hell? I I don't know what to say about that. That's just weird because she like literally sat there and said that she looked up the birth certificates. I mean, she did a deep dive on every single member of Tati's family, and they are all from Washington.
Almost none of the few Washington references in her videos are connected to the underlying defamation claims in the case. So even when I did mention the state of Washington, they're saying that it had literally nothing to do with the case, and so they can't even be considered for it. It says, instead, the majority of the defendant's alleged content concerns events and subjects that took place in California or virtually online. Defendant's discussion of plaintiff's vitamin products is directed at Plaintiff Halo, which is a Nevada company. None of Ms. Westbrook's YouTube videos were apparently filmed in Washington or even concerns activities that took place in Washington. So they're saying that Tati wasn't filming in Washington and her company isn't located in Washington, it's located in Nevada, and that she wasn't doing things within her online presence to basically make Washington like a focal point, and that what I covered had to do with when she was in like stuff that was happening in California. So it is in contrast to the situation, the various facts that gave the article focus, blah, blah, blah. So
this is really bizarre to me. It's just weird. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, Tati lives in Washington. I don't get it. And jeez, this is just weird.
And then it says activities directed at a large number of citizens on the forum. It says that its most recent indicate the plaintiff must demonstrate that the offending content both reached a large number of residents in the state and was intentionally targeted.
I mean, geez, if this judge was this persuadable, that easy, it may be a mistake to get this case taken out of the Washington court. Because, I mean, I just can't believe they dismissed it out of Washington. This might be a mistake on Katie's part, because it seems like the judge was very easily, persuaded, or, you guys think she was paid off. So I don't know. I don't put anything past it because this whole lawsuit has been very shady. Everything surrounding it has been very shady.
At the forum. And it, so they're referencing like how much like articles or like things were sold by outlets. And it says, as mere recent cases dealing with internet-based injuries established.
Also, Jamal says, also, this lets Salts know that if they refile in Minnesota, this will go into discovery. This video, I would think they could use this video as evidence. I just think this was stupid of her going live and talking about this because she doesn't even know if Tati's going to refile it or not. She's very confident. Like, Katie's very confident, thinking that nothing else is going to happen. The case. Yeah, everything will, won't it? Yeah.
It's not enough that a defendant's content is merely accessible to residents of a forum. So just because someone from Washington can read it doesn't mean that it's targeted at there. It says, not all material placed on the internet is solely by virtue of the universal accessibility expressly aimed at every state in which it's accessed. Where the plaintiff does not identify any evidence that defendant specifically targets or solicits viewers, the forum state residents' ability to view defendants' online content alone is not enough to express aiming. They also say plaintiff does not present any evidence to show defendant's website has specific focus on California or has a substantial, this is like from that, like they just don't, I'm not targeting Washington, they say.
Yeah.
And they say that they take the claim that my viewership included Washington's of residents because it did. We provided evidence that it did to the.
That's what Sarah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, man, I need to hurry up and get on here because this live will probably be deleted later. Because I think it was a mistake for her going live and talking about this. Zara says, I think without a legal counsel, thinks Minnesota courts will be easy on her. They won't, because harsher laws on defamation slander, just because she resides there, not how the law works. Yeah. I think I seen that on somebody's video that Minnesota might be a better way to go anyways. Hey, everyone coming in.
The court, but we also say that factor alone is insufficient to support their bid for jurisdiction. In support of their claim that jurisdiction lies in Washington, plaintiffs have submitted declarations.
Lemonade.
I need to get YouTube Premium.
Now, these were the declarations that became pretty messy online.
You think?
And if I can just say anything about it, I just want to say, like, I feel really badly for the way that Lori was portrayed. I was not like friends with her, but how a lot of channels went after her and made her be like this very evil person that was doing like really terrible things on my behalf, which they're not taking any of these claims to be true. I just feel really badly that Lori was dragged into this by Kim Fulmer. I really wish that hadn't happened. Obviously, I did not control what the other side did. I'm so sorry to Lori if she was hurt by this. I wish they hadn't brought her into this. And I really hope that people realize that. I wish that some of these videos about her would be taken down. That's just my thought, because Lori does not deserve the hate. She's a private member of society. She's not a public figure, and she doesn't deserve any form of hate. She was simply a woman that was dealing with really deep mental health issues, and I feel really bad about the way that she got dragged. She did not deserve that.
But didn't you guys just tell me her lawyer played a part in all of that? Katie's lawyer played a part in like putting that out there? Am I wrong on that? Didn't you guys just tell me that? It's just, I don't know. Yeah, tell me in the chat if I'm wrong on that. Yeah, he did. So what the hell is she talking about? Seriously. And like, if I'm not mistaken, gosh, I can't remember where Lori first got brought up. Wasn't it in a declaration of Katie's? I think it was. Because Lori Ann was going to be on Katie's side, and then she flipped. So, I don't know. Because Katie was being horrible to her. I don't know. That's
my only statement on Lori. And there you go. And Kim's declaration was just, in my opinion, unnecessary. She says the declarations of the residents who viewed videos and based thereon decided not to buy the products. The declaration of one of my fiercest and loyal fans, a resident who subscribed to my YouTube channel during a period and published videos and other content maligning the case, and then some declarations from some other people, and then one from Lori. So even crediting the testimony of these witnesses, the declarations of these 3 viewers in Washington, out of the alleged hundreds of thousands of, if not millions of times, the defendant's videos have been viewed, only highlight a vast discrepancy between the case and the 600,000 California residents. The court lacked jurisdiction, even though 20% of the defendant's audience lived in one forum. Specifically, plaintiffs have not proffered allegations of, for example, that Washington's specific marketing or advertising from which one could conclude that defendants targeted Washington as opposed to a wider audience in general. So their argument was that 3 people signed declarations claiming that they didn't buy products from them as a result of my stuff. And the court says that that's like not enough people to determine jurisdiction, because they allege that hundreds of millions of people were effectively watching my content. And so because of that, they don't actually have jurisdiction.
But how are you supposed to get like thousands of people to come forward and say, hey, I live in the state of Washington and I watched Katie Joy's video and I decided not to buy Halo products? I don't get that. Or maybe I'm just being dumb when it comes to this, but I don't get that. Like, how are you actually supposed to show a court that? I mean, they got 3 witnesses that all said the same thing. So there had to be a broader audience that was actually not buying Halo in Washington because of Katie's videos. That's just common sense to me.
So,
But
the court finds that the plaintiffs have failed to demonstrate the defendants expressly aimed their video's content to Washington and thus have not shown that the defendants purposely directed their actions towards the state of Washington. And therefore, the court concludes that the Washington is improper forum. And this,
I mean, they got 3 people. What are the odds of finding 3 people all saying the same thing and presenting it to a court to show that the state of Washington was affected and it happened there with these 3 people, and Katie ultimately made them stop buying Halo? I don't get that. That's weird to me that they would say that that's not enough for jurisdiction. This whole thing is strange, man.
this court lacks personal jurisdiction over defendants. So, and then our sanction.
And maybe that's why she hired that attorney. Maybe that attorney knows that judge in some way. I don't know. That's just because that attorney did not seem like he was competent to handle a case like this at all. Just from what I read and everything else, he just seemed like he didn't know what he was doing as far as like a lawsuit for defamation goes. And it was weird how she switched attorneys and everything else, because she had that other attorney that was in Minnesota. And then all of a sudden, here she comes with this other law firm.
Motions was denied, which is disappointing, but they, and I think a lot of it comes down to timing. So it says defendants have filed a motion seeking sanctions against the plaintiff's counsel, essentially accusing him of harassing and intimidating third-party witness Lori Ann Barnhart, and both subordinating and committing perjury. And of both subordinating and committing perjury. Defendants rely on, which provides the court may order an attorney and other persons admitted to conduct cases.
Oh, so they filed something saying that like Salty was harassing them or something? What? Hang on. I knew stuff was getting out of control. Defendants have filed a motion seeking sanctions against plaintiff's counsel, Michael Saltz, essentially accusing him of harassing and intimidating third-party witness Lori Ann Barnhart. Huh. And they denied that. That's good. That's good. That sucks for Katie.
So multiplies the proceedings in any case. We're ordered these sanctions must be accompanied by a finding that the sanctioned attorney acted recklessly and in bad faith or committed intentional misconduct. Bad faith is present when an attorney knowingly or recklessly raises a frivolous argument or argues meritless claims for the purpose of harassing an opponent. So we were arguing that the stuff that they were doing with Lori was being used to intimidate Lori because she was supporting me, and that all of this online stuff that was happening was to attempt to silence anyone that supported me, to control in the opinion that of a narrative that was going on online, because so much was going on about me that there was just this need for an argument that they maintained that I was doing all of these terrible things. And I was consistently accused of crimes that were never, ever substantiated. So the court declines a rule on defendant's motion to sanctions declines it because first, the misconduct alleged is.
What crimes was she accused of? Like, what is she talking about? I mean, there's a lot of shitty stuff she did, but what crimes was she accused of by people? That might be something I'm missing here, because I didn't see anything like that. I know she was talking on a live before saying like people were accusing her of stuff like, gosh, I can't even remember now, because there was a lot of stuff going around, but there was a lot of stuff that was true.
Serious, and if proven, could expose Saltz to sanctions up to including disbarment.
Each Febreze car vent clip gives you up to 30 days of fresh air.
Oh my
so you can have
God.
open window freshness, even with all the windows up. Enjoy fresh anytime with Febreze.
Sorry, guys. She was
given the gravity of the
she was trying to get salty disbarred. Are you freaking kidding me? It sounds like her attorney should be looked at as well. I know. How many ads does she put on her lives? Yeah, that's like the third one I've hit. I mean, she probably thinks this is going to get a lot of views. And she's been threatening Salty ever since the beginning of this. She's been like throwing out crazy accusations against him before all these declarations even came into place. She just doesn't want Tati to have that attorney because he's good. I need to get YouTube Premium is what I need to get for lives. I just keep forgetting to like subscribe to it.
potential consequences, and because the defendant's allegations are both convoluted and avidly disputed, the court could not rule on the motion without an extensive evidentiary hearing. So when they responded to us, they had a lot of arguments that were trying to like dispel what it was that we were saying. And they were saying that we were the ones that were running up costs and we were doing these kinds of things. But they say because the Barnhart Declaration is not material to the court's ruling on jurisdiction, the integrity of these proceedings is not implicated to the extent that defendants contend. So they're saying that everything that Lori put in her declaration had nothing to do with jurisdiction. And I think that was one thing.
Yeah, I don't know why that judge would even rule on that because the case is dismissed anyways. I mean, they're probably going to, like, if it gets refiled, they'll probably go after Salty in some other way. I think all the Lori stuff's going to be like it's not relevant anymore because she did that declaration because of the whole jurisdiction thing.
That people continually kept arguing. All these attorneys on YouTube kept saying, where's the stuff about personal jurisdiction? We were always and continued to stay focused on the personal jurisdiction issue. We were not the ones that brought in any of these declarations. So just so you know,
she needs to be quiet. Like, she needs to stop talking. I just can't believe she's talking about all this because it's going to get refiled.
I still feel bad about that.
Gosh.
So they were not material and they didn't have anything to do with our case, which I think a lot of people were saying on their various videos. They say the case is being dismissed means, and while the court acknowledges that it has the discretion to rule on the motion, the fact that the case is being dismissed means that the court's supervision of these proceedings is no longer required. In sum, the court declines to devote its resources to investigating the activities of a California attorney not licensed in Washington in case that is being dismissed. It's therefore denied without prejudice. So they're granting my motion to dismiss and my motions to or they're denying the motions for sanction without prejudice, and the case is dismissed without prejudice. So
she looks really disappointed in that. She looks really disappointed in that. She was really hoping to get him in trouble. She's been hoping to get him in trouble since the beginning of this. And who knows what is like the truth with her and what is lies with her and everything else. She's trying to smooth everything over right now. And I'm just saying right now, I think this live stream was a mistake on her part. She shouldn't have went live this fast after this got thrown out because they're just going to refile it. They're going to find words that she's using to use against her. It's not smart at all.
Rebecca says, the number of people itself doesn't necessarily determine jurisdiction. It's whether you purposely avail yourself or purposely seek out businesses in the state. Yeah. So there was a lot of questions about, why I didn't, file for a full dismissal of the defamation case as a whole. And I know there was a lot of people discussing, you should have done that whole thing. But we were so confident that this would happen that we felt like financially, it made more sense to do something that we felt had a higher probability of being dismissed than putting my money and my resources into something that had a potential of not being dismissed.
There's no way it would have been dismissed if it was the whole lawsuit to throw it out. There's no way. There's no jurisdiction is that's the easier route to go. There's just no way. And if when it gets refiled, they're not going to get it thrown out. There's too much evidence against her. There's way too much evidence against her.
And court judges, specifically in cases like this, don't generally like to dismiss cases without seeing evidence or discovery. And because we
Alabama, y'all, says a case dismissed without prejudice means the opposite. It's not dismissed forever. The person whose case it is can try again. That's interesting. Yeah. Oh, ad blocker is free. I didn't know that. I didn't know you could download something to stop the ads on a YouTube video. YouTube Premium's like $15 a month. That's expensive for YouTube Premium.
We knew that the best action to take was the dismissal on personal jurisdiction. So I'm sure my critics will say a lot of different things here, but right now there is not any cases going on, and this case specifically is closed. So you can, if you want, look through the documents, but I just want to say thank you to all of the people that have watched, that have supported this channel, that have stood by me and have just believed that I was, you know, doing what I was supposed to be doing. It hasn't been easy. And
Katie, you do realize this doesn't like clear you of everything that you've done in this lawsuit. Like you got it dismissed based on location, nothing else. I think she thinks everything is going to go back to normal. I really think she does. Yeah, I agree. It would be smart. It would be smart to refile ASAP. They know KJ's pattern of behavior for deleting evidence now. So they're going to have too soon for a motion to preserve evidence. Yeah. Starting with her stream. Yeah, I agree. I wouldn't be surprised if it's like filed tomorrow or what day is it? Monday. I wouldn't be surprised if it's filed by like Wednesday or Thursday. I think Tati is going to get right on it, and I think Salty's going to get right on it. And then she's just going to be right in the same position as she was before. It doesn't take that much effort to refile in a different location, especially when most of the legal documents are already drafted. You just got to change like the court and stuff, I would think. I don't know that for a fact. I'm not an attorney. I'm really bad when it comes to legal stuff, but I would think that's all you have to do is just change what court it's with and then just refile the same paperwork in the different location.
And I know there's people out there that will say that this isn't over or whatever, and that's not, none of that, like all of this outside noise really does not matter to me, because this specific issue that we were dealing with, which was what we were dealing with here, is resolved. I can't control anything that happens moving forward. But everything was very strategic. Like, I'm glad that we used this specific motion because this was the one you should have listened to your lawyer as you did. Yeah, there was a lot of things like people saying that I wasn't listening to my attorney, that I wasn't doing this, I wasn't doing that.
But you weren't listening to your attorney because you weren't keeping your mouth shut. Like, there were so many instances where you should have just been quiet and you weren't quiet. Like, you just kept talking. You kept threatening like multiple creators and everything else. Like, you just wouldn't stop. There were so many times where you should have just been quiet. You should have been quiet the minute that the papers that you found out about the lawsuit. Period. And right now, you should be quiet. You shouldn't be talking right now. I don't care if the case is dismissed. It's not going to be dismissed for long. You obviously don't know Tati Westbrook, because I don't think she's backing down from this. She wouldn't have came this far if she was just going to be like, oh, okay, it's dismissed on jurisdiction. I give up. There's no way. There is no way. Tati has spent thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars to keep this thing going. It's going to be refiled very soon.
I can't disclose any conversations that I had with my attorney, but I'm very happy with the outcome, and I'm very happy with the direction that we took, and I'm very pleased that this was where we knew this would go. I know that lawsuits are in general very interesting for people. I just think that I've noticed over the last several days, there has been an influx of other creators getting sued. And so here's just my statements about lawsuits like this in general. whether you love or hate a creator, defamation lawsuits are so detrimental to the commentary community because freedom of speech and freedom of the press is a fundamental right.
For
Oh
bathroom
my
odors
God, there's
that
another
linger,
ad.
try Febreze Small Spaces.
She's really like
Just press firmly and it
doubling the ads on
continuously
this
eliminates
today.
odors in the air and on soft surfaces for 45 days.
Within the United States of America. And when somebody files a defamation lawsuit against someone that's covering a story, it sets a precedent that if that person wins, it would have a ripple effect upon the speech of anyone else that's on that same platform.
You can't defame people, though. You can't put out lies. You can't pass off lies as facts or your opinions off as facts. You can't do that to people. There are so many channels on YouTube that I'm surprised some of them haven't gotten sued at this point because of so much false information going around. It's seriously out of control. And I think one reason that Tati filed this is because she had no other choice, because YouTube doesn't hold their grounds on their own community guidelines to protect bigger creators, because all these channels have been going in on like bigger creators and everything else, and it's seriously making them look really bad. And nobody knows what the truth is and what lies are because all these channels just run with everything. So this isn't a freedom of speech thing. You literally accused Tati's husband of taking his mother off or his mom off of life support for a inheritance. You can't do that. You just can't do that. That's extreme. And then just on top of everything else that she did, it amazes me that she calls this freedom of speech.
In the same arena. So if a case were to move forward in a win against me, it would affect other channels that were speaking about the case. It would affect other channels that are commentary channels. It would affect anyone in the media that is doing cases like this. And freedom of speech defamation is extremely hard to also determine when it comes to public figures. And so I think just in general, I've seen that other YouTubers are threatening lawsuits. I see that other YouTubers are being sued. And I just want to temper the community that when you see someone being sued for defamation or for slander or libel, the last thing that we should be doing as creators is reveling in the lawsuit and gleefully gloating and enjoying.
Okay, you were throwing a party. You were shouting it to the rooftops that you got the exclusive on the Clark Swanson lawsuit. You were having so much fun with that. And now that it's on you, it's a different story. We need to all not report on things like this. The thing about this lawsuit, I think that interests so many people is because Tati does have a very strong case of defamation. It's a very, very strong case. Yeah, Nikki. Yeah. And the viewers believe the lies these drama channels tell. Yeah. I agree. There's not enough research on these channels. Don't do enough research, in my opinion, at all. And they're not careful about what they're saying. Sorry, my phone's beeping like crazy. There, my ringer's off. They're not careful about what they say. And that's Katie. She gets on, her streams and she says whatever she wants. Even when that Clark Swanson lawsuit dropped, she was on her live, saying Tati and James, their bank accounts were zero and they had to get their cars through Clark Swanson. I mean, she was saying all this crazy stuff that wasn't even in that lawsuit. So it's if anything, this is teaching channels to be more careful with their words, because you can't just report on anything you want and you can't just say anything you want. especially when it's repetitive. When you're making, if you make one video saying a bunch of crazy stuff about somebody, that's one thing. But when you're making 40 videos on a content creator and a lot of it is your opinions and you're passing those opinions off as facts, that's where it becomes to the point where you are slandering that creator and you're not doing your research. If this lawsuit never would have came, she would still be having a go with, I don't even know what's going on with that Clark Swanson lawsuit, but she got so much joy off of when she found out about that filing. I mean, she put tweet after tweet after tweet after tweet out about Tati. And she put like 3 videos out in a matter of 2 days on that lawsuit. And she got in fights with other creators because they weren't giving her credit. But because it's on her, she wants to give us all a lesson on how to report on this sort of thing and how it's going to affect everybody.
Join someone else being sued, because at any time, any one of us could become a party to a lawsuit. It's actually a very real part of being a blogger. It's something that most bloggers have conversations with their business attorneys or with their insurance providers to take out different insurance liabilities to cover these types of lawsuits. Defamation lawsuits happen all the time for people that cover media. Rachel Maddow has been sued. Almost every large media outlet has been sued. So it's very also difficult for them to win. A very big one that I can think of most recently is Johnny Depp's defamation lawsuit against The Sun, where the judge did not rule in Johnny's favor. So, we should want to protect.
Yeah, I mean, defamation is a very hard thing to prove. You have to prove damages and everything else. And it's hard to prove that sort of thing. But, I mean, if you're straight up making lies about somebody, like outrageous lies, it's not about the money. It's about the principle. Period.
Text freedom of speech. We should want to protect freedom of the press, and we should want to support other people that are being sued. So even though some of my critics are now being sued, I would not ever gleefully enjoy their lawsuits, because lawsuits are stressful.
Oh my God. I wish I had that other video like on hand right now. The video that came out before she did a live stream that it was right before she read the legal documents. It was right before her edited video. She jumped on a live stream and she was smiling so big about Tati getting sued. Like, she probably went and threw a party after she uploaded her videos. That's how happy she was that Tati was getting sued. She got some kind of sick pleasure off of seeing those legal documents about Tati. I mean, Tati's not my favorite person in the world, but I'm not jumping for joy if somebody's getting sued. I mean, when Katie got sued, I mean, I'm not like jumping for joy and like, oh, yay, she's going to go broke. I'm more like, you need to like figure this out and keep your mouth shut, or you're going to go bankrupt before the end of all of this, because she was out of control in the beginning. Like, I was actually concerned about her family, her kid.
They are very difficult. They are expensive, and they really do they take you to a level, into a place that can be very dark, and it can put a tremendous amount of stress on your family. And it can cause families to break up. It can cause people to go bankrupt. Like, nobody should ever want that for anyone.
She just took the words right out of my mouth. But I mean, you got to be more careful with how you report on things. That's why I research, you guys. That's why I research the hell out of my videos. And that's why I have a disclaimer at the beginning of my videos, my edited ones. And I always forget to say it in live streams, but I always make sure I put in the description, all opinions are my own. You just got to be really careful. And that's why I heavily rely on receipts and evidence. And then if I'm speculating about something, I make it crystal clear to my audience that, hey, this is 100% my opinion. I have nothing to back this up. You know, I make it crystal clear. Katie didn't do that. That's the difference. And that's what more channels need to do. They need to heavily research. They need to make it crystal clear if they are speculating on something, especially if it's something outrageous like, hey, he took his mother off life support for inheritance. You got to be careful with what you say. You can't do that to people. That will follow them for a long time, because internet lies, they spread like wildfire. It's crazy, especially on YouTube.
If there's a valid legal claim, like, let the court move forward and deal with it before jumping to conclusions.
Why does she like that's one thing that drives me crazy about her. When she takes a drink, she like gulps it down. It drives me crazy when I watch her lives. I don't get annoyed by that many things when I'm watching people, but that's one thing that drives me crazy about her live streams. She always gulps her drinks.
The good time supporters may have bailed, the rest stayed for the content we love, and Katie kept producing despite the pressure. I'm sure the sport. It was very difficult, but I did, because I knew that I felt confident. So I just want to thank you to all my members, to everyone that has supported me, and I'm feeling good today, and I'm going to stay positive, and I'm looking forward to moving forward with my life. And I am incredibly grateful to my husband for his unwavering support and helping me get through this. And I'm also extremely grateful to my attorney. And yeah.
I wonder if she's going to keep this attorney if it gets refiled, or when it gets refiled. That'll be interesting to see. It'll be really interesting to see if she switches up attorneys if this gets refiled in Minnesota.
A lot of people have made a lot of money on this, for sure. But
just like you were going to make a lot of money off of Tati's lawsuit, right, Katie? Right.
Someone should have seen that she was forum shopping straight away. I don't really know anything about that. At the end of the
oh my God, another ad. Well, I guess with the ads on, at least we know that she's very greedy when it comes to this video. Jeez Louise. She knows a lot of people are going to watch this.
Day.
That's a lot of ads in a 40-minute video.
I'm going to feel good about where I'm at today. I'm not going to listen to the noise of what other people's opinions are about me. And I have not spent a lot of time worrying about what other YouTube lawyers were saying and why they felt like this wasn't going to get dismissed. And
oh my God, there's the jabs at Emily. I knew it was going to come. I knew she couldn't get through this whole video without saying something about Emily. She watches her shit. Like, she acts like she doesn't watch it, but she does. Why does she? It's so obvious she watches videos about her.
You know,
she's a very bad liar, you guys.
I only my only recommendation would be to the lawyers that did cover this, to present less opinion when presenting this, and also to be very clear with your audience whether your experience lies within a specific legal jurisdiction.
Stop. I'm just going to say, I don't watch Emily Baker on a regular basis. I mean, I watched her a lot in the beginning of all of this, but she has always been crystal clear about where her expert, like where she's an expert in, what areas she's like an expert attorney in, her background and everything else. And she makes it crystal clear if she's like talking legal or if she's given her opinion. Like, you don't need to be giving attorneys advice, Katie, because look at the position that you put yourself in. The jealousy is unreal. Like, seriously. I think you are just mad because Emily grew off of this and you thought you were going to grow off of this. with the whole Swanson suit. And then the whole lawsuit against you put a wrench in things. I think it's jealousy. Emily had 7,000 people watching her today. 7,000. And you have about, what, 50K more than her? 60K? The jealousy's through the roof, man.
Issues, or whether you do civil versus criminal. Civil cases are so different than criminal cases, which is why I will say there were a couple of channels, Uncivil Law being one of them. While at times I did watch some of his coverage, while at times I didn't always agree with him, nor like understand why he was so upset about things that we were doing. I will say that he was by far the fairest in that he understood the complexities of civil cases and was pretty clear that he felt like this case would be dismissed. And I think Nate Brody also, for the same part, felt like it would be dismissed as well.
She is shady. Shady. She's trying to prop up the other attorneys, but you won't hear her saying Emily.
Well, I can't say why Emily was so confident that it not be dismissed, nor can I say why.
Oh, she dropped her name.
Emily repeatedly promoted various ideas that I might get arrested or whatever. Like, her opinions are her opinions. And I just want to remind people that even if you continue to enjoy watching her, just remember they are her opinions. She's not a party. She's not in the lawsuit. She's not an attorney representing a lawsuit. She is not licensed in the state that I was being sued. She did not practice civil law in that state, nor did she practice civil law in the state of California. So
quit trying to drag her. You have been trying to drag her since the beginning. Like, just stop. Like, stop. She is allowed to give her opinions. She's allowed to say she thinks it's going to go this way or that way. All attorneys think differently. So stop trying to drag her. Ridiculous. I was going to say, Tina, yeah, okay. That is not something I would hear, like, I could ever picture coming out of Emily's mouth. She never said she would be arrested. Azara says that too. What? She never said that. When did she say KJ will be arrested? Yeah, I can't imagine Emily even saying that. The videos I've watched on Emily, she's very careful about what she says. There she goes spewing lies. And she'll probably just say, oh, I didn't watch the video. Somebody messaged me the information. That's why I thought that. That's how lies spread, Katie. If you don't actually watch the video and you're repeating what people are DMing you, that's how lies spread. You're trying to give everybody a lesson on how to conduct themselves on their channel, but you're straight up lying right now. Jeez.
Thank you again I'm sure it was hard for Uncivil Law to be, it was more profitable for people to view this, to want me to lose. It was not profitable for people.
Like, sir, Katie, you really didn't win. You didn't win. It just got dismissed based on jurisdiction. Jeez.
To be on my side. So for those creators, for those of you that did stick up for me, thank you. For those creators that have stood by me, thank you. For those.
Hang on a second. Let me read this comment real fast. I watched every stream of Emily's. She even tells her audience the viewership more than 20 times. KJ gets that she is not here to talk about the individuals and be respectful of everyone. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Because every time I've ever watched her channel, she's always said that. And if she is giving her opinions on anything, she's very crystal clear with what she said. Like, if it is her opinions on something. Hey, Susan. This will only fire up the lawyers on Tati's side. Yeah, I agree. I think it's going to piss them off. I really do. I think this live was a mistake. That she should have never have done this fast. Look at her face. I paused it on a funny part. But it's just, it blows my mind she even did this fast.
Creators that have publicly or privately messaged me.
Obviously, you can tell what her intentions are by the number of ads that are on the video. She wants the views out of it. I don't think she really cares if it's not good.
Thank you. I really do appreciate it. I know that it's not easy, especially when everyone hates you or the masses want that person to be the villain. It's hard. So, you know, don't send hate to any of the channels that have covered me. It was never a competition about who had more.
After I just get done dragging Emily Baker, don't send hate to anybody.
Views, or that Emily had 8,000 million people in her live chats. That never concerned me.
Did she? Did she really just say that? Oh my God, hang on. I gotta rewind that. Because that's what I was literally just saying. I'm sure it kills her that Emily has like 7K watching her. Hang on.
Or the masses want that person to be the villain. It's hard. So, you know, don't send hate to any of the channels that have covered me. It was never a competition about who had more views or that Emily had 8,000 million people in her live chats. That never concerned me.
Obviously it did, or you wouldn't be mentioning it right now. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. I've got tears coming down my eyes because I can't believe she said that.
All that ever concerned me was that I knew and I felt confident in what was going to happen. And that's what mattered. So thank you guys so much. I'm in the middle of editing another video. So I will be working on that shortly. I have one coming up, 2 videos in the hopper for coming up soon. So again, thank you guys so much. Please don't send hate to any of the channels we've discussed. Do not send hate to Tati or James Westbrook, and always be kind to other creators if they're going through lawsuits specifically surrounding defamation and libel, because these are extremely stressful cases. Thank you guys. Bye.
Sorry. I knew it drove her crazy that many people were in her live chat. I knew it. I knew it. I really have tears coming down my eyes because that was so funny, because I literally just said that like a few times in the stream. Oh my gosh, that was hilarious. That was hilarious. Oh my gosh. I literally have tears coming down my eyes, you guys. All right, I'm going to read some of your comments and then I'm going to jump off here. Oh my God, that was so funny. That was so funny. She's very jealous of Emily. It's no different. You guys remember the whole, I know there's been more stuff on the whole Michael Long situation, but when that whole Stand with Sophie thing came out, she was so jealous with 10 to Life. Like, she doesn't like it when other creators grow massively off of a story that she was covering. Because like all of this started with the Clark Swanson lawsuit, and then she ended up getting sued. So it drives her crazy that Emily has grown so much off of this, and Emily has had, you know, thousands of people in her live chat because so many people have been interested in this lawsuit. And I think it just drives her crazy. She just doesn't like it when people grow, especially off of something that she wanted so bad. And I think that's the bottom line of it. So she had to take that jab at Emily at the end of that video, which isn't a surprise. It was not a surprise at all. All right, I'm going to go back up here and read some comments. All right. If anything, Emily is too nice. If I was in her position, I'd be like, girl, bye. I'm not part of your case. So I can freely say your nails on a trackboard. Yeah, I think Emily has been way too nice at times, especially when Katie was threatening to sue her. I would have been really mad over that. Really mad over that. Let's see here. If it never concerned her, why does she bring it up? Exactly. Exactly. Why does she have to even bring it up? She's been so bothered by her this whole time, constantly bringing her up. It's ridiculous. She is She is such a liar. I pointed out how many people were watching Emily and she blocked you? Are you serious? She blocked you when you pointed out how many people were watching Emily? Oh my god. Chanel, 8,000 million. She's too much. Yeah, I know. I know. Oh my gosh. Oh, hang on. There's a super chat. Hang on. Let me go back to the bottom. Tina, keep doing you, girl. You're a great creator in the making. Thank you so much, Tina. I really appreciate your super chat. Great deal. It's very sweet of you. I appreciate your comment. Great deal. So sweet. Let's see here. Yeah, if anybody's interested in becoming a member, the link is in the description. I got fun emojis in there. Real fun emojis. And once I hit like the next level, I'll add more. I think every 10 every 5 members you get a new emoji, so I'll add them as they go. But yeah, I created like some really fun emojis for the channel. Let's see here. She edited that. I think that was a live stream. I'm pretty sure that was a live stream on her. But yeah, her edited videos aren't for a channel of her size, the editing could be better. I don't know why she doesn't like get like a nice background off of like Amazon or something and set that up in that room, because every time I watch her, I can't. She reminds me of somebody, but it's not her, but I can't think of what it is. But her channel reminds me of something. I can't think of it. It's like something real old school. But if she should just get like a nice background off Amazon and like clean up her editing and stuff like that. I just feel like her background brings down her videos. Her background used to be so much worse. Something about, I don't know why her background bothers me so much. I mean, I get it's her taste, but I don't know. When you have like 100, how many subscribers does she have now? Hang on, let me look. She has quite a bit. When you have 140,000 subscribers, I mean, you would think you would like step up your game a little bit, but that's just me. That's just me. Maybe that cream white background bothers you, or is it French white? LOL. I don't know. I don't even know what color her walls are now. I don't like the style of it all. It reminds me of the house I grew up when I was a kid. Just like the colors of it, like that used to be like what my mom was into. Maybe that's why it bothers me so much. I don't know. But I just don't understand why she don't just step it up a little bit. 140K. She gained, she was at 135,000 subscribers. She gained 5K. That's kind of weird. Yeah, it's like a gloomy back. Yeah, exactly. The lighting. I think the lighting is one thing about it. There's just not enough lighting. I really wonder how many of her subscribers aren't paid for. I remember that's been something discussed before. Yeah, I mean, like I've even speculated it because it just her views don't match up with like her actual subscriber count. Like when you have 140,000 subscribers, you should be getting a lot more views than like 14K in a week. And like some of her unless they're the Duggars, her channel doesn't really, let me look. Her channel doesn't really bring in the views for her subscriber count. Yeah, like she posted that Tati, the video we just watched, that only has 11K views on it. And that was posted 8 hours ago. She posted a Micah Stauffer video 2 days ago that only has 13K. If it's the Duggars, that's a pretty good amount for her subscriber count, I would guess. I still think that's low. She posted a Duggar video like 3 days ago, and that's at 34,000. So, I mean, that to me just still isn't enough for her subscriber count. Because if you look at somebody like, let's look at Adam McIntyre. He has like about the same as her. And like he posted a video yesterday and he already has 55,000 views. So that's the kind of views she should be pulling in. And she doesn't. She don't even pull in half of that. So, and it was like that before all of this lawsuit stuff went down. Her views went down in the past like 6 months. But before that, her views it didn't match up. So that's what makes me believe that some of them have been bought. For sure. For sure. Yeah. Oh, she's gaining subs right now. I think a lot of people will be confused by this. I think a lot of people thinks probably she won. Like the case is over. She probably won. I mean, if you don't follow it like really closely, this could be like considered she won. Let's see here. This whole victory speech narrative is not going to age well. This is going to be downright comical to watch in a few days if it stays up. Yeah, I'll be interested to see what's going to happen once Tati refiles. Like, if the video will stay up or if she take it down. Where's her YouTube play button? She said she still has it. I seen it somewhere. I can't remember where she said it at. She said she still has it, but she took it out of the background because it was like reflecting, like the reflection on it from the window was like, I don't know, blocking the camera or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, the couch reminds me of something. If I ever think of it, I'm going to tell you guys because I don't know. The whole setup reminds me of something and it's funny. And if I think of it before the stream ends, I'll let you guys know. But it just reminds me of something. I can't think of it right now. It's driving me crazy. Imagine giving the other side a bulk of your evidence in a simple jurisdiction hearing. Why would you give them more evidence when you didn't need to? On Katie's side, you wouldn't, not in a jurisdiction type thing. I would think, you know what I mean? I watched her for only a handful of months and I was so sick of the damn paintings in the background. I feel like I'm being mean right now, like saying stuff about her background. Like the background just bothers me. I don't know why. But I don't know. A channel with that many subscribers, I just feel like it should be something better. Like a real sleek background, something like that. Something that's nice to look at or something like more bright. Because I feel like those colors just bring down like the whole vibe of the video. She did like nonstop live streams. Up until probably about like, I don't know what, like 6-8 months ago. And I think her subscribers ended up starting to like complain a lot because none of her videos were edited. I can't believe she even grew that much off of live streams. That's why I like editing videos, because I don't like watching a bunch of live streams. They're like way too long. I mean, my videos are long in general, but I feel like if they're put together in a timeline that's nice to follow and they're all bookmarked and stuff like that, it's nice to watch, but I don't know. Let's see here. Whoops. It's very fall looking. We're heading into, yeah, it's very fallish. Very fallish. It's just not a palette. My job, my regular job, I do kitchen and bath design, and I have an interior design degree. So I think that's one reason why like the background bothers me so bad, is because like it's totally not my style. Like I'm a very like modern contemporary type person. I like things bright. I like fun colors, that sort of thing. So that's probably one reason why it bothers me so bad. You think Clark Swanson would fund for an interior designer? Yeah, don't they know each other personally? Or they have each other's, in the DMs? I still think Clark Swanson was her original source for that. Thank you, Nicola. Your videos are professional. You are so logical and clear and always have insight that is valid and no bias. Thank you. I appreciate that. I know I show bias sometimes. I try to be as neutral as possible. It's hard sometimes, but I try to think very logically about a situation for sure. I wish more channels would do that and not just like go along with like narratives online and stuff like that. But I appreciate your comment. Thank you. So has anybody heard about the Clark Swanson lawsuit? Is that even still going on? Did it get thrown out? I don't even know what's going on with it. I haven't even heard anything about it. And that's weird. Veronica says, Brown milked a lot of evidence out of Saltz with game playing. He's not stupid. Law is a game of chess. It seemed like he was being... The transcript I read, it's saying, I don't know. I got a really bad vibe from that Brown guy. And then like Salty was getting... At the end of the I didn't read the whole transcript that was on Reddit, but it seemed like the judge was getting like aggravated with both attorneys, but she was getting aggravated with like Salty too. I don't know. They had like a hearing over the phone or something like that. Chanel says, I asked Emily Baker about the Swanson suit. Nada. She never mentions it in videos. That's weird. You know what? I'll have to look into that because I bought the court documents when it first came out. Because I didn't want to like screenshot them from Katie's video. I'll have to see if I still have access to it to see if there's been any new filings in it. I'll look into that. I'll update you guys and see if there's anything in there. Oh, Tati motion to dismiss on jurisdiction. Court said they'll decide in September. Oh, in September? That's a long ways away. That's a long ways away. That's crazy. Well, this lawsuit has been so much back and forth. The Katie one. I think one time when I was watching a part of Emily's stream, maybe it was Emily's, maybe it was somebody else's. I can't remember because I've watched stuff like little bits here and there. But the filings are like unlike anything for a lawsuit like this. LA court is still on lockdown, very backed up. That makes sense. That makes sense. COVID and stuff. I get it now. That's probably why this one has moved a lot faster than the LA one. Yeah. Okay. I gotcha. Well, that's why it's just been sitting in limbo. Nothing. Yeah, I think that's strategy for a lot of lawsuits to file a motion to dismiss based on jurisdiction. I think it's a strategy for a lot of lawsuits. I think they just hope they get dismissed and then hope they don't refile them. I bet some people don't even bother to refile if they get it thrown out based on jurisdiction. But I don't think Tati's going to back down as far as that goes at all. I can tell Salt and his firm was genuinely frustrated with Brown's idiocy, and the motion to deny sanctions was very well written. I bet he was very, very frustrated. I'd be pissed if somebody was trying to get my license taken away. Yeah, Salty can write up legal documents like no other. Yeah, that's what I think. It's the easiest to get ruled on is the jurisdiction stuff. To me, it's just like a waste of money. I mean, with like when you're going up against somebody like Tati Westbrook, you got to know that she's just going to go refile it where she can if it gets dismissed. So to me, it's just like it's a waste of money. Like I feel like all of this has just been such a waste of money and time. And they dismissed it based on jurisdiction. And then it's just going to go get refiled somewhere else. So, yeah. It's just crazy to me. Yeah, I want to hold on. While we're on here, I want to do one more thing because that clip of Katie, hang on. It's on my channel. The clip where she is just like so happy about the Clark Swanson lawsuit. I want to watch that really quick. I have a little clip of it in one of my videos. I just want to show you guys how like happy she was that Tati was getting sued. I'm trying to think of which video it's in. I think it was this one. Yeah, because I found it in this one. Hang on. Bear with me. Because she is literally grinning from ear to ear. Here it is. I just want to play this because she is so happy. What the heck? Okay. She's so happy when she's like, oh my God, they had no money in their bank accounts. Their bank accounts were zero. All right. Hang on. Let me share this. I mean, she's literally so happy. Hang on. All right. Oh, the clip. Hang on. Yeah, you right. I can still.
This is why I believe they scrub everything so that they can protect things from investors. I mean, this basically points out that they were broke. When they launched Halo Beauty, they had no credit, none. They had no money.
She just looks so happy.
Because their credit was so poor, they had to, like, according to this document, launch everything and through the business partner. So they brought in a business partner to launch the vitamins. He puts all the money in his name.
These statements, I don't even know where
she just looks so happy. I mean, she's so happy throughout this video. Hang on, there's more. I don't know if this is the one where she's like really happy. Especially like at the beginning of this, she's just like, look at her just smiling. Yes, Tati's getting sued.
Her beauty line, her Tati Beauty, her Halo Beauty, launched Tati Beauty. And then she ends up, according to this court records, screwing her business partner out of millions of dollars. So I now get why James and Tati Westbrook have been wanting my stuff off the internet. They did not want their business partner to see what he was involved in. They did not want any of those fraudulent cases that he was involved in to become public. They did not want it searchable. This is why I believe they scrub everything so that they can protect things from investors.
So,
And she's trying to tell everybody not to take it easy on creators. Look what she did. I mean, she was so happy. I just wanted to play that, you guys. Yeah, she she thought she was really doing something there. Yeah. She's grinning. She was grin, and it's like that throughout that entire live stream. She's grinning from ear to ear. Like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad she's getting sued, is like the whole vibe of the whole video. It's just crazy. Honestly, I think she forgot Tati is a creator. Yeah, I know. She's so dirty. LOL. Yeah, she just thinks that she's had this thing for Tati ever since Bye Sister, and she's wanted to bring her down. And as soon as that lawsuit got filed, it was like the happiest day of her life, I think. I really think it was. Freedom of speech. Exactly. Exactly. Jeez. So I'll be interested to see what's going to happen in the next few days, and I'll be interested to see if that stream stays up that she did today, and we'll just have to see what happens. But I don't think that Tati is just going to not refile this. There's just no way. She wouldn't have spent this much money to just give up after, you know, a ruling on jurisdiction. So did you see the video by Real AT? No. I don't even know who that is. She was gritting her ass off when she was teasing the lawsuit shortly before it came from Swanson. Yeah. Yeah. She was. Like, I really think it was like the best day of her life. I really do. Like, she was too happy about that lawsuit. I think, I don't know. It's just weird how the Swanson suit came and then Katie's suit came. I just feel like Katie was involved a lot more than we realize as far as like Clark Swanson and that whole thing goes. I think there's some kind of real connection between the two lawsuits. I can provide you the link. I recommend watching. It's only 10 minutes. Okay, cool. I don't think it'll let you put links in that chat. If you just want to, once I end the stream, put it in the comments, or you can DM me on Twitter, but you should be able to leave it in the comments after the stream uploads. I don't think you can put links in the live chat, but yeah, that'd be cool. I'll watch it for sure. Can't keep anything straight lies so much. Yeah, I agree. She lies a lot. She lies a lot. She lies a lot. It's ridiculous. I don't know. I think it was a mistake going live. I think it was a mistake doing that stream. And I don't think that stream is going to stay up at all. Just don't see it happening. So, but you guys, I think I'm going to hop off here. Oh, thank you. I love your channel. Just wanted to throw that out there. I love listening to your content while I do anything around the house. Much love. Thank you. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Yeah, leave it wherever. Leave it in this comment section because I won't know what video you put it on, or you can leave it on my James Charles video. Either one of those videos. I'll look. Hey, Tia, how are you? I'm getting ready to, I missed you too. I'm getting ready to jump off here. Did you just get on? It's good to see you. I haven't talked to you in a while. Thank you, Alabama, y'all. Yeah, I wasn't even planning on going live tonight, and I did. Oh, I was gonna say one more thing. If you guys haven't watched it yet, I uploaded a video about James Charles earlier, and I think it's being suppressed. So because the views just aren't really that great for my channel. So if you guys want to check that out, that got loaded today. I'll link it in the comments after the stream uploads. If you want to check it out, you can. And if anybody's interested in becoming members of the channel, that is linked in the description below. And please hit the like button before you leave. Thank you, Jamal. I appreciate that. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. No, and I can't talk. If you want to rewatch it, it'll be uploaded. But no worries. I'm going to be going live every Friday night between 8 and 9. It'll probably be more like 9 o'clock, but I'm trying to make it a weekly thing to go live every Friday night. So if you want to catch the next one, I will definitely be live probably this Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you, Jamal. Thank you, Alabama, y'all. Thanks for watching the new video. I don't know if she could afford. Who knows? I don't know how she even had the money to come up with this, honestly. Seriously. Thank you, Jamal. Thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate that. I mean, I know I'm going to pronounce your name wrong, so I'm just not going to try. If you know me, you know I pronounce names terribly. Thank you, Veronica. Appreciate that. Awesome. Awesome. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Really appreciate that. You are too. You are too. You got those makeup skills. All right, you guys. I'm going to jump off here. I appreciate y'all watching for this long, and I will be live again this Friday at 9 p.m. I'm going to post something on the community tab, so if you have any ideas of any topics you want me to, any videos you want me to react to or anything like that, that'd be great. So yeah, I appreciate y'all watching. Hi, Petra. I'm getting ready to get off, but I appreciate you saying hello. I don't know if you just jumped on here. But this will be uploaded after I get off here. All right, you guys. I'll see you guys Friday. Have a good rest of the week. Appreciate y'all. Bye, everyone.